Hello, art people. Hey, creative guys. Sorry, I'm still working on my intros. But welcome to this video and thanks for clicking on it. Today I want to talk to you about how to draw from reference, but more specifically, how to use reference when you're drawing from it. There's two ways to do it, and today I'm going to be talking about both of them. One of them isn't one that I prefer, but it's definitely one that you can use, and the other is the one to use it more effectively. I did somewhere in the past listen to an interview with Daniel Arriaga from Pixar, or he used to be with Pixar. I'm not sure what he's doing now. And he gave me this tip in his interview. I don't know if it was a tip, but I just want to credit him for me thinking this way about using reference. But hopefully I can learn something for you today as well. And yeah. As I'm talking to you on this video, you probably saw that I started doing a rough sketch, and I'll tell you about why I'm doing this rough sketch shortly. But this is not the final artwork. It's going to be formed into the artwork that you saw into the intro of this video, or the cover photo of this video. Okay, so drawing from reference is a tricky thing. I did a video a while back talking about not overthinking your art, and sometimes when you draw from reference you can get into that overthinking zone as well. We must use reference as a measure of study. So for example, I see nowadays lots of artists on Instagram drawing these stylistic photos of girls or models and different lighting, and there are major successful genre nowadays. But what I'm trying to tell you is going to be applicable to any art form or any art style that you are pursuing. Okay, so reference is basically there for study. It's there to learn, for your brain to learn from, to absorb the curves, the way the picture represents itself, for yourself to interpret what stands out about what you're drawing. Because in the case, like the example that I'm busy with, I'm drawing a stylized character, so I'm not going for a realistic look. Then the approach would be totally different. But the first way is you can sit there and you can draw from reference. Exactly, so you have the reference open in front of you and you're physically working on your canvas and you are imitating everything your eyes are seeing. And this is, if you're going for a more realistic look, I would suggest this is the technique to go for. But if you want to go for something more stylized, I would suggest something that is just more suited for the genre we're going in. So get your stylized caps on and let me tell you how to use reference properly. Okay, so when you start an artwork, when I started this artwork, this is an artwork of my son holding up a play sword. So we had some fun. It was a nice memory for me, so I wanted to capture that in an artwork. And since I'm in children's books as well, it made a nice piece. So I took the photo of him holding the sword. There's a few photos, and I tried to just have the references open in front of me and sketch directly from what I'm seeing. So I'm just learning. These aren't final artworks. It's what I started this video with as well. This is just to learn how his face, the dynamics of his face works, when he frowns, what are those lines that make him, that makes it look like him. And so I'm just learning, sketching roughly, getting the angle of his arm, the way he's holding that sword. Just rough sketches, just data, taking notes. It's like taking notes when you're in a class. this is just art notes, so you're just taking notes so you can learn from, and you take what you understand. Then after you've taken the notes, then take away your reference. Now the fun starts. So you can have your notes now as reference or on the side, or you can take it away completely and start drawing what you can remember, the things that stand out. Just start plotting out your artwork, get your style principles. I have a few principles that that governs the style that I draw by. These are invented as well by myself. Every artist does it. And get those principles down, get the fundamentals or the foundation, a rough sketch down for your artwork so that you have something unique. Once you've taken away your reference, you've created something from your memory because you've studied, you memorized. Now you can create from memory, basically. I'm not saying to draw without reference. And now, once you've laid down the fundamental artwork, bring back your reference. Okay, so this sounds weird, but try it for a few artworks and see if it works for you. The moment you bring back the reference, you'll start seeing stuff that differs, but for example, I use the reference here to fix up, to tighten up the drawing. Look at the way the folds around his eyeballs are. So I'm not changing the shape of the eyeballs, I'm just changing the way that I drew the folds. And these folds will help the stylized character to be identified as my son or his facial features. And the same goes for the way he holds the sword, for his shirt. Maybe there's a few folds that I can imitate, but I'm not changing that fundamental stylized drawing. And you'll see the artwork that I created in the start, that rough sketch from reference just to study, looks vastly different from the final artwork. I'll put it here in the back of the video as well. And then also, just to finalize my thoughts here, to use the reference afterwards, it's a great idea to use that reference for color and lighting as well. It helps you to shade, but then the fundamental artwork has been laid down. So to gather it, sorry, I'm mumbling, I'm getting good, I'm trying to get better at these videos. But just to sum it up, I want to tell you that the way to go is have your reference, learn from it. Step 2, put away your reference and create from your memory what you've learned. Step 3, bring back your reference to tighten up little details, get your colors from the artwork and lighting reference. And there you go. So it's 3 easy steps just to get your artwork more unique and to feel more free when you create it, and create art that feels like you and not the reference. For those of you who've been following me a long time, I like drawing chibi characters on my Instagram at Shink Art, where I draw a chibi style, but I would take someone like Bruce Lee, or I used to do a lot of wrestling chibis or movie chibis, and the moment that I use the reference to get that chibi going, the chibi doesn't look like a chibi in the aftermath. But the moment I use this technique just to learn from the reference and then create a chibi style, let's say Undertaker, I'm thinking of him for some reason now, then it looks like a chibi Undertaker. It doesn't look like a weird, semi-realistic, weird character. But you can, let me challenge you this way. Try it for yourself and use the same reference, and then use the different techniques when you draw. So do the 2 artworks of the same character or reference, and then the one you would use without putting away the reference, and the other you would use by using the 1, 2, 3 method, by taking away the reference to create the fundamentals, and you'll see the difference for yourself. So I hope it made sense. Sorry for mumbling a lot. As I said, I'm getting better at these videos, and I would like to invite you to check out my art on Instagram and Facebook, and as well on ArtStation. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, please. Cheers guys, happy creating. Hey guys, thanks for watching that video. If you want to see more content like this and more art, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Shink Art. And you can also follow my art on Instagram at Shink Art, and I'm also on Facebook, Shink Art. So, oh yeah, and follow me on ArtStation if you want to see my more laid out projects. And remember to use reference so that you can create freely. Have a great time creating art, guys. Goodbye.